What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Money Codes. On today's episode, I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you a real life case study of the results I got with one of my clients. You can see here he got a 134-point increase on his Equifax credit report. And the reason why I'm taking it from a different vantage point is over the last year and a half since I've been recording YouTube videos for you guys, I've given you guys some gems as far as what should you really be paying attention to when it's time to clean up your credit? What's BS? What's fluff? What is just distractions? And what are the key things you should really be dialing in to make sure you're maximizing the credit score increase that you're looking for? This right here on the screen is a perfect example of everything that I've been saying over the past year and a half, culminating into one example. So this is why I'm doing this a little bit differently. So as you can see on the screen here, and I'm going to try my best to censor all the personal information, but really the only thing I want you to really pay attention to is, I guess, this section here, 27 initial negative items, and we have about 13 that we've removed up until this point. And most of the items on his credit profile were high utilization, couple of collections, a few lates, nothing super crazy, but stuff that we just need to tighten up. One of the things I want you to pay attention to as we freeze on this screen right here, and let me get my annotations up, right here, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You see Equifax had a huge jump. And mind you, these are the Vantage scores, not the FICO. But when you're doing your repair, when you're doing your disputes, you really don't have to focus too much on whether it's FICO or Vantage. Right now, the primary thing you want to pay attention to is we want to clean up the credit profile. We want to strengthen the credit profile by dropping down that utilization, by disputing anything that is inaccurate, anything that will be looked at as derogatory, lates, collections within 24 months, the key things that are normally going to drag your credit score. So regardless, you can see here that although we got a huge jump on Equifax, Experian and TransUnion, they're slowly going up, but they're not going to always change at the same exact time. This is why I said that the credit bureaus are very random. The same letters that I'm sending out to Equifax, I sent out to Experian and TransUnion, but you can see here we got dramatically different results. We compiled everything into one letter, sent them out to every single credit bureau. After 30 days, we didn't really get much results. As a matter of fact, let me actually show you what I mean by that. Started back in February, 595 Equifax, 608 Experian, TransUnion, 589. You can see we're slowly making progress month after month, and the scores here went up for a multitude of reasons. Again, our disputes, but I'm also letting my client know, hey, make sure that the utilization that you have right now, because his was close to being maxed out, he's been working on getting that utilization from around 70% where he initially started, and I believe at this point he's under 40%. We're trying to work our way ideally under 10%, but he's making great strides, and that's why you're slowly starting to see an increase. So as I mark up this page, I want you to pay attention to the dates, and I want you to see that it took several months for us to see that increase in Equifax, which goes back to the point that I always mention. Number one, patience. They want you to do one or two disputes and then get discouraged and say, "Ah, screw it. You know what? I'm not gonna bother anymore. I guess cleaning up my credit is not worth it, or it's not feasible for me." That's what they want you to do. But you can see, when I always tell you guys, consistency, staying on top of it, making sure that every 35 days you're following up your disputes. These are the things that I'm trying to show you. So when I talk about it, it's not just theory. This is what it looks like. You may see several months go by, nothing is budging, and then boom, in 1 month, you're going to see a 100-point increase. Now, some people are going to say, okay, well, this was only Equifax. What about Experian and TransUnion? We're going to continue to do the same thing to all three of the credit bureaus. We're going to submit. We're going to send out our dispute letters. We're going to follow up after 35 days. If they're ignoring us after 2 or 3 months, we go back to CFPB. Everything that I've been telling you guys for the past year and a half about being consistent, using CFPB, escalating it if you need to, I'm also doing for my clients, and these are the results. Now, because he was able to get his Equifax increased dramatically, we were able to go ahead and freeze Experian and TransUnion. And as of today, he got his highest limit credit card, which I believe is $9,000. It's going to help his overall utilization. So now he has a credit card with $9,000 as the credit limit. I told him to make sure to only spend a few $100s. So that's going to drop down his overall utilization, keep that utilization low on that card. That new account is going to improve all three of his credit bureaus, because now his overall utilization across all three credit bureaus is now going to reduce because he added a high limit credit card. So can you see how everything that I've been talking about, again, over the past year and a half, they all connect? Keeping your utilization down, waiting to apply for new credit cards, at the most opportune time. Most people, what they do, if we go back to, again, February and April, if you're in the 500s, if you're in the low 600, now's not the time to be applying for unsecured credit cards. You're just going to get hard inquiries. It's going to reduce your score, and you're likely going to see denials. That's not what you're trying to do. He took advantage of several Navy Federal pledge loans, so that's starting to bulk up his credit profile. He's getting more positive payment history each and every month. We started on the foundational things early, came back, did our disputes, followed back up with CFPB. Now we're seeing a huge jump in the Equifax credit report. Now we're applying for high limit credit cards. And now once we're in the 700s, now the probability of getting approvals, higher limits, it's going to skyrocket because now we've strengthened the credit profile. We did the things that we needed to do. And now he has a high limit credit card on his credit profile, which is going to benefit all three of the credit bureaus. Now, what he can do over the next several months because of this high limit credit card, he already has one now. He can now go back to other credit unions and other banks. And I will say probably by maybe November, December of this year, if not early next year, there's no reason why he can't begin to do his funding sequence and get close to 6 figures in total credit limit. All starting from, once again, 595 Equifax, 608 Experian, 589 TransUnion, focusing on the fundamentals, not trying to skip ahead, not trying to do shotgun applications and apply to every single offer that you see, waiting, doing the timing right, doing the things that I keep preaching over and over and over again. There's a reason why there are certain themes that I just beat over and over and over again on this channel. It's because it works. Those starting scores are going to put you in the subprime market. You can now go back and get competitive rates for auto loans, home loans. This is how we build from the ground up. Hopefully this can connect the dots a little bit better. Maybe you can paint a picture a little bit better, doing things in the right way. Now, finally, this isn't something that any person can guarantee for their client. I talked about that in the last video. The best thing that we can do is, number one, educate you guys on what to look for, what to avoid, follow the rules and the guidelines that FCRA provides for us. Take all those rules and use it for our advantage, and hopefully over time you can begin to see results similar to this. Hopefully you got some gems from this. Hopefully this was informative. Let me know your thoughts. Go down in the comments. Give me your thoughts. Give me your views. Make sure to go down in the description. Sign up for Smart Credit. Make sure you have some sort of credit monitoring service so you can pay attention to everything that's going on with your credit profile. Leave me some comments. Leave me some questions. Aside from that, I'm going to catch you in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.